Good morning and welcome to the Daily Echo. It is Tremendous Tuesday, January 13th. Today you look at the title of the Echo and it's Whose Cat Have You Been Kicking? And Zig had told a story a long time ago about a CEO of a company that had gotten some bad news. He stepped out of the meeting and immediately he screams and yells at his secretary, get this done, do this, you're never doing anything, out of his rage. Well, obviously she gets upset because she's thinking, who's he talking to? I've done more for this company over the last 20 years. Why is he yelling at me? And she walks into the next room and ends up screaming at the switchboard operator. You never do anything around here. Why don't you end up doing these things for me? Because I got so much stuff to do. As she leaves, the switchboard operator gets upset, talks about she's been there for 20 years. And if she wasn't there, the company wouldn't be the way it is. As she goes home, she walks in the front room and her son is there and he's got a big cut on the back of his pants, his school pants. She starts screaming and yelling at him, don't you know when you get home you need to change into your play clothes? You know how much money it cost me to buy these pants? She walks out of the room and the son, very upset, thinking he had just done something for his mother and that's how he scratched his pants. Well, it so happens that a tomcat walks right by him at that very moment. He kicks that tomcat, out of rage. And so the moral of Zig's story is who's been kicking your cat and whose cat have you been kicking? We're going to interact a lot of times with people during the day, and we don't understand exactly why they have the attitude that they do. Somebody may have been kicking their cat. Something may have been happened to them that sometimes channels down the line. And the same thing happens with us. As Zig says, wouldn't it have been better if that CEO had just bypassed all four of those individuals and just went and kicked the tomcat? Sometimes we take out our frustrations on other people when it has nothing to do with them. And it's very difficult because our emotions generate a lot of times our activities and what we're doing during the day. But you have to step back and look at the situation. Try not to let your personal biases and your attitude affect the people that you deal with every day. And it's difficult with our children, our spouses. And on the turn of that, when we interact with people that are having a difficult time, just think of this story and say,